14 months ago, my wife Sharon and I went on a 13-day journey through the country of Turkey, visiting each of the churches of Revelation with an incredible Bible teacher who's become a close friend, Brad Gray. Brad is joining us because Brad's working on a project that he got to tell me about while we were in Turkey, and we've been kind of teamed up a little bit. I've been part of his background vocals while he's been working on this thing, and we've had a couple of events and things raising some money for this because this project is absolutely stunning and incredible, and I want to be able to tell you about it, so I brought Brad on. He has a full-length feature film called The Lord's Prayer, 1 hour and 22 minutes. Sharon and I watched it the other night. It is the visuals and the photography is world class. It will blow your mind. And he spends that hour and 22 minutes unpacking the Lord's Prayer. You've got to watch it. We're going to provide it for you. He's going to provide it for you for free through Angel. It's with Angel Studios, so angel.com/Ramsey. You can watch it for free. Welcome, my friend.
Hey, it's great to be here. Thank you.
Good to have you. So I know you're working on this, and I know the answer because I've heard you tell this, but I want to throw you the underhand pitch. You've been working on the whole sacred thread concept all through Scripture and teaching Scripture in a way that translates to the big screen or translates to your television screen to where we can learn it at a different rate and a different way. Because when you see the locations, it shifts the learning. But you started with the Lord's Prayer. Now you got an entire book. The book is out, Bringing Heaven Here, which is a book on the Lord's Prayer, and 122 minutes on the Lord's Prayer, which we all just recite like, and we're done.
Yep.
But when you unpack it the way you do, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
So what inspires you to write an entire book and do this feature film on the Lord's Prayer?
Yeah, well, it actually began 7 years ago without any thought of a book or a film or a television series, but I was actually just sitting down and reading the Sermon on the Mount, and when Jesus gets to the Lord's Prayer, he prefaces it with, "And this then is how you should pray." And I just had a moment where I was like, I think he actually meant it. And which was almost embarrassing for me. I've been leading these study trips since 2010. I was a pastor for more than a decade. I've been in church world my entire life, and yet the Lord's Prayer wasn't something that was part of my daily regimen. And I just realized at that moment that I needed to do a very deep dive for my own soul. And as a result of going through it and seeing what was there, it was much deeper, much wider, more compelling than I ever knew. And because it started to transform my life, my faith, my prayers, my thoughts, and just how I went about life every day, when we started to work on this idea to create the highest quality documentary series that's ever been done on the Bible, it was like, then let's start with the Lord's Prayer. Everything is contained in that. Yeah,
that it's all there.
Yeah.
But then we can go deeper and wider even from that, but let this be the jumping off point. And as I said, what gave you guys the idea to go to the location? Because you're standing next to the pyramids, you're standing next to the Nile, you're standing, in all these different locations where some of the singular words in the prayer were originated, like Father is the opening thing.
Right.
Our Father, and then you do 10 minutes on Father.
Yep.
And, what made you come up with the idea to do that?
So my first study trip to the Middle East happened in 2006, and it completely revolutionized my faith because you hear all these stories growing up, and then you actually go to the locations and everything fits, and you're just like, oh, this thing is real. And just being there and walking it changes the way that you engage and experience the story. And so when we wanted to put this documentary series together, most people would think, oh, well, Jesus is giving the Lord's Prayer in Israel, you're going to be in Israel. We're actually in 6 different countries for this opening film and season, because all of these pieces are connecting around the Roman Empire. They're connecting back to Egypt for the Exodus story for Jesus. And so we just knew that 99.9% of people, even just professing Christians, will never set foot in the Holy Lands. And we wanted to bring that not just to people in America, but all over the world, to be able to see these locations and allow them to make some additional connections to connecting the dots of Scripture.
That's incredible. Well, you call this prayer a framework for transformation, and I'm reminded by our mission here at Ramsey. We're in the transformation business, for your money, your work, your life, your relationships. In what way is this relevant today to help transform people's lives? Why should people care about the Lord's Prayer in 2026?
Yeah. Well, the greatest thing about the Lord's Prayer that was kind of really revealed to me was this is actually the most distilled place in Scripture for helping people to understand who God is, why Jesus came, and what's our purpose here on earth. And that's one of the things that you guys do such a great job with, is helping people to be very clear and focused on what's important and doing the right things in order to live life the best way that you can. And the Lord's Prayer is a blueprint for living. It wasn't just a prayer Jesus taught people to pray. It was the very prayer that he was living out in his own life. And I've come to learn that over the last 7 years in particular of praying this prayer every day, it's the singular most important thing I do every day to recalibrate to what is the most important aspects of life and how do we live life well as a result of it.
Wow.
Was it N.T. Wright that you were interviewing that said he prayed it every morning?
Yes.
He's in the documentary.
He's in the documentary. Yeah.
He said he starts his prayer or ends his prayer every time with the Lord's Prayer because it's a framework.
Because it's a framework.
Because it resets. It's a settling point.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Very cool. Very cool. Again, you got to go watch this. It's completely free, boys and girls. Go to angel.com/Ramsey. Angel has made it free for you guys. And you can watch it there and stream it and just pop it up on your screen. Sharon and I watched it the other night. The premiere was done here at the Ramsey Event Center a few weeks ago. I was out of town, missed that, but I heard it went real well.
It was awesome.
And a lot of people I was getting texts from all my friends that were friends of yours that were in the audience watching it going, "Hey, Brad, you got the thing out. It's going." So in the last couple minutes that we've got, talk about daily bread.
Yeah. I'm glad.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Yeah. I love this part of the prayer because actually you mentioned N.T. Wright. He wrote a book a number of years ago where he said the problem with asking for daily bread is that we get there too soon. And that so oftentimes when we open up prayer, we have kind of a laundry list of all the things that we want to ask for, that we need. And what's great about daily bread is it actually comes much further down in the prayer where the rest of it kind of sets the frame for what are we called to do? How are we supposed to partner with God in the world? And daily bread really becomes about asking God for what is essential for the task at hand. Like when we're called to do something, what's essential? And the thing that's so great about the daily bread piece is that it also reminds us that the whole prayer is in the plural. Give us this day our daily bread. And when you dig into just what daily bread meant and what Jesus was inviting his community into, it's not just asking God for the things that you need. It's also supposed to cause you to pause and ask the question, how am I being generous so that when other people are praying, give us this day our daily bread, can I play a part in being the fulfillment of their request? So it's actually part of the prayer that really inspires a sense of generosity. And too often we get so caught up in asking for things or pursuing things that don't actually matter. I mean, the number of calls you guys get in, people are making bad decisions because they're pursuing the wrong things. And they're pursuing the wrong things in the wrong way. This is a part of the prayer where we're going, okay, God, what is essential? What do I really need? And how can I be generous with what you've given to me so that when somebody else is praying, give us this day our daily bread, I might actually be that answer.
Yeah, good reminder.
Brad Gray's the president and CEO of Walking the Text, where he literally walks you through the text in different locations. That's what Sharon and I were doing with Revelation Churches in Turkey with a group there and with him. It was absolutely incredible time. The new film, it's a full-length 1 hour and 22-minute feature film. You get to watch it free. Angel.com/Ramsey. It's called The Lord's Prayer. Recommended heavily. And, of course, Bringing Heaven Here is the companion piece book. You can get it anywhere great books are sold. I assume Amazon?
Yes.
Yes, Amazon for sure?
Yep.
Okay. Be sure and check it out. So, Bringing Heaven Here and the Lord's Prayer. My friend, I'm proud of you. This is really good work. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Brad Gray, ladies and gentlemen.